hardworking kid, only a few months in this wrestling business. Keep at it, man. I don't see a cup in your future, I see a championship in your future.
They've got the jitters out. This is what happens when the jitters are gone. They've seen a match now. They've seen two other guys go through it. There's no butterflies. They just want to advance.
This really wasn't about all pro wrestling tonight. This is about professional wrestling in Northern California. Everyone in this tournament are winners. It's about coming up. It's about paying your dues, working hard. And they did that for you fans tonight.
APW faithful, I am Stephen Lawrence. Welcome to APW Gym Wars and the first round of the 2012 Young Lions Cup Tournament. This year's tournament will be the biggest Young Lions Cup yet, as 16 of the top young wrestlers in all of independent wrestling will vie for the title of Young Lions Cup Tournament Champion. This year's first round action features 4 tag team matches, where the winners of these tag team matches move on to the second round to face each other. Today, we will see the team of Kay Jutler from the United Kingdom and Darren Dean taking on Shoop Shellhammer and the All-Stars Levi Shapiro. Also representing the All-Stars, APW Boot Camp graduate Damian Grundy teams with JR Kratos to take on the team of Chris Calley and Joe DeSole. We will also see this afternoon Action Zone Wrestling's Jeff Cobb team with Russia's Sasha Derevko to take on Ray Rosas and Brian Tannen. The final match we'll see this afternoon features Sledge from the Carnival of Shadows teaming with Tenchismo to take on APW Bootcamp graduate Mikey J and Daniel Torch. This year's tournament is the biggest Young Lions Cup tournament yet. Let's get to the action.
I'm all pro, and you're just an amateur. You can try as hard as you can, but you can't handle us. I'm waiting at the pit and signing autographs. I'm always in first place, you always in the back. For me, I'm all pro, and you're just an amateur. You can try as hard as you can, but you can't handle us. I'm waiting at the pit and signing autographs. I'm always in first place, you always in the back. For me, I'm all pro.
APW faithful, welcome to APW Gym Wars and a very special edition for the Young Lions Cup 2012.
We got no time. We're going right down to the action. Let's throw it down to Donovan Troy and hear the introductions for this first big tag team match.
To the ring first, representing the UK from Swindon, England, weighing in at 180 pounds, he is a male model, Kay Jutler.
Kay Jutler looking to take it all home here today in this Young Lions Cup tournament. Now, as we talked about, as Stephen Lawrence talked about at the beginning of the show, it's all tag team matches today, with each tag team that wins going on to face each other in the next round of the tournament.
And his tag team partners, representing A.B. Richards Speed and Mission from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing 195 pounds, Darren Dean.
All Pro Wrestling pulling out all the stops in 16 of the best and brightest young stars in the wrestling world today, coming to the Young Lions Cup 2012. We're starting it off with a couple of real studs in Darren Dean and Kay Jutler, taking on, of course, Levi Shapiro and Shoop Shellhammer.
Being accompanied by his manager, the self-professed greatest mind in professional wrestling, Matthew Beal, from the beautiful Atlantic City, New Jersey, weighing at 206 pounds, the unorthodox Jew, Levi Shapiro.
The All-Stars have a real opportunity. They have 2 chances, Shane Stoley, in being able to walk away with that cup.
Matt Thiel has better than average odds of taking home a second Young Lions Cup for the All-Stars. Of course, Perry Von Vicious winning last year. Noticeably absent here today. I would have expected to see him out here to cheer on his fellow teammates. Rather odd.
Absolutely. As is Perry Von Vicious.
Our tag team partner representing PCW from Chico, California, weighing in at 155 pounds,
Shoop Shellhammer comes out, Shane Stoley, with a lot of fire. Unfortunately, he's got to team up with the All-Stars, Levi Shapiro, the unorthodox Jew. When exactly, Shane, was the last time that he came up with a victory? Levi Shapiro.
Levi Shapiro, it's been a little while. I honestly can't recall. I know the last few months he's suffered severe losses to J.R. Kratos, who we'll see later on today. And, of course, the standard bearer of all pro wrestling, as it were, Dylan Drake.
But that's the great thing about the Young Lions Cup, Shane, is that anybody can win. Everybody comes into the Young Lions Cup with a lot more intensity and knows just how important it is to win that cup. It could push you into the stratosphere of pro wrestling to be the winner.
You know, suffering losses to veterans like Dylan Drake is nothing to be embarrassed about, but here in this tournament, Levi Shapiro actually has a lot more experience than most of the other guys that he's in the tournament with today. You know, with the exception of guys like Mikey J. But, you know, Levi Shapiro comes in as the salty veteran, as it were.
And the bell rings on our opening contest for the Young Lions Cup. Sparky Ballard, our senior official, the referee, he actually has been in the wrestling business longer than any of the competitors in the ring currently.
Absolutely. Had so many matches up and down the road with so many different promotions. Sparky Ballard, you know, clearly, you know, goes out there and represents APW with, you know, with style and class every single time he steps in the ring.
Darren Dean starting it off with Levi Shapiro. Dean, trained by Davey Richards, the ROH heavyweight champion at his school. He is a very sound professional wrestler, is Darren Dean.
Absolutely. I'm looking to see some good things out of him here today. Levi Shapiro, of course, with the go behind. Darren Dean trying to break it up. Oh.
And they're going to a wrist lock onto Levi Shapiro. This is our first opportunity seeing Dean here at APW.
You know, he's got some potential. He needs to put on a little bit more mass, I think, but he's definitely got a little bit of potential looking there.
He's got plenty of mass in his chest area. He's a well-built young man.
Levi Shapiro, though, using his height to his advantage to reverse that wrist lock.
Oh, nice. Nicely done with a handspring over and into an arm drag. And he just staying on top of Levi Shapiro.
And he's got that armbar locked in tight. Levi Shapiro trying to work out, but Darren Dean behind him.
Dean holding on to it and rolls him over.
2. Only a 2 count for Darren Dean. It's way too early to go for something like that. But you're still letting your opponent know that you're out and looking for the victory any chance you get.
Absolutely, and it looks like Levi Shapiro is shaken up. As is a moment ago, we saw Matthew Thiel on the outside. He's looking a little shaken up. I think he thought that they were going to have a little more control on his side.
Of course, Kay Jutler, of course, out there, Darren Dean's tag partner. He's no stranger to All Pro Wrestling. He was here last year at the All Pro Wrestling Young Lions Cup for 2011. You know, came up a little bit short in his match, but still a fantastic competitor, and I'm looking for good things out of him in this showing today.
A nice clean break. Again, this is the biggest Young Lions Cup of all time in APW history. The way it works out, folks, if we didn't explain it already, 4 tag team matches. Each one of the winners of the tag team matches then go on to face each other in singles matches in order to advance into the finals.
Should be interesting. I mean, I don't know how much teamwork that promotes. I mean, you want to win in the first round, but God, I mean, are you really going to want to protect a teammate other than making sure they don't get pinned?
Exactly. It creates a lot of controversy in teaming with a lot of unorthodox teams that are going to have to end up fighting afterwards.
Absolutely. Not only that, I would think that, now this is just me thinking about winning the Young Lions Cup. I'd go in there with a teammate, get the win, and then take out a leg.
Absolutely.
Just, you know, so that way you've got an easy second round.
Don't be surprised if stuff like that comes down to it. It is so important. This really can elevate a career for one of these young lions.
That's very true. And we've seen, like, past Young Lions Cup winners, you know, like Perry Von Vicious, you know, featured in Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Corvus, of course, with the Carnival of Shadows, multiple times the Jeggel's held the Universal Heavyweight Championship under the tutelage of Corvus.
And their careers were absolutely elevated by becoming the Young Lions Cup winners.
Matt Carlos, of course, wins and becomes the Worldwide Internet Champion the same year.
Get a nice handshake from Shoop Shellhammer and Darren Deed. Kate Jutler with a quick tag to the outside after the quick wrestling skills of Shoop Shellhammer.
Shoop Shellhammer, of course, from PCW. You know, fantastic young rookie from up there. Gonna really show us what's coming out of the work farm up there. With guys like MPT and Rick Luxury that have come out of there.
Matthew Thiel putting his hands on Darren Dean right now. And another tag. Here comes Levi Shapiro. Darren Dean got his back turned.
Levi Shapiro in trying to set Darren Dean up while Matt Thiel has got him distracted, though. Matt Thiel taking a little bit too long.
A spinning wheel kick right to the side of the head. And Shapiro with a cover. Unable to wrest away Darren Dean.
Waited too long to hook that leg. Clubbing forearm to the back by Levi Shapiro, taking Darren Dean down to the mat. Nasty forearms by Levi here.
It's got to be said. Look at that. He's shaking off the effects. Darren Dean coming right back and fighting right back to Levi Shapiro. Shapiro has showed so much more intensity since aligning himself with Matthew Thiel.
And Darren Dean made a key mistake there. See how he led in with his chin after he threw that punch? Gave Levi Shapiro the perfect opportunity to just clock him.
A back suplex by Shapiro, and Shapiro feeling the effects of the back right there himself. And now laying those boots right to the chest of Darren Dean.
Levi Shapiro reminds me a lot of a young Grizzly Adams, JJ.
Except for smaller, thinner.
And not as woodsman-y.
Absolutely.
But the beard and the hair, it's still there.
So pretty much just from the neck up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm feeling you. I'm going to drink your Kool-Aid.
Excellent. I love the cherry Kool-Aid.
All right, here we go. Shapiro staying on top. You see Kate Jutler taking a little rest on the outside.
Taking his time, not wanting to get tagged in.
Oh, nicely done by Dean. Dean runs over to the tag at Kate Jutler. Taking his time as he comes in. Oh, and he catches a clothesline. A double axe handle.
A double axe handle.
That's what it
actually
was. And Shellhammer all over Kate Jutler.
Looked like a little bit of a low shot there by Shellhammer, but Kate Jutler fighting back.
Jutler with the forearm smashes, and down goes Shellhammer. Another tag. Darren Dean now the legal man. But inside the ring, Jutler staying on top of Shoop Shellhammer.
Slides out between the ropes. Kate Jutler
back up and over, monkey flip. Jinx, you owe me a soda. Darren Dean off the top with a jackknife.
1, 2, 3.
And there you go. We've got winners in the opening round.
The winners of this contest by pinfall, Darren Dean and Kay Jutler.
An impressive bit of teamwork there by Darren Dean and Kay Jutler, taking out Shoop Shellhammer and Levi Shapiro. JJ, Matt Thiel can't be happy at this point.
Absolutely. He's got one man down. He's only got one more chance in order to be able to win the Young Lions Cup. But Kate Jutler is going to have to face his tag team partner in just a little while in Darren Dean.
Now they face off in the middle of the ring. It should be interesting to see what happens here. If I were Kate Jutler, if I were Darren Dean, take him out, hit the shot to the throat, something like that, make it difficult for his opponent to continue on in this tournament.
Well, now your partner is going to be standing in your way in order to go on to win the cup. So Dean and Jutler pick up the victory over Levi Shapiro and Shellhammer.
We'll see them in the next round against each other. Fans, we'll be right back.
Do you have what it takes to become a pro wrestler? The APW Boot Camp Training School is accepting applicants for pro wrestlers, managers, valets, and referees. All Pro Wrestling home APW Boot Camp is where future legends are born. For the last 19 years, APW has been the leader in talent development. Top graduates include The Great Khali, Crash Holly, Spike Dudley. For your free brochure, call us at 510-785-8396.
What an exciting start to the APW Young Lions Cup of 2012, Shane Stoley.
That's true. With a very big win for Kate Jutler and Darren Dean, and now here we see Sledge from the Carnival of Shadows making his way to the ring.
Making his way to the ring first, Chance Corbin, representing Vendetta Pro Wrestling, and the Carnival of Shadows from Carneyville, weighing in at 245 pounds, Sledge!
Sledge has a tag team partner who he does not exactly see eye to eye with Fit in Tinchismo.
Nope. They've had quite a few battles, but here today they've got to learn to work together in order to advance in the Young Lions Cup. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Absolutely. That's the thing, is that you have to work whether you dislike somebody. Here comes Tinchismo. Whether you dislike somebody as a person, you do have to work cohesively to try to pick up the victory in order to go on to the finals.
Representing Vendetta Pro Wrestling from Buenaventura, Mexico, weighing 195 pounds, Tinchismo.
Two very contrasting styles here as well today, JJ, with Sledge and Tinchismo. Sledge is the powerhouse of the Carnival of Shadows, but then you've got Tinchismo, who's a bit of a technical guy, a bit of a high flyer.
That's what you've got to love about APW matchmaker Johnny LaRocca, bringing in all these amazing talents and putting together a huge Young Lions Cup.
And their opponent, making his way to the ring first, representing Pro Wrestling Casino from Modesto, California, weighing 150 pounds, Daniel.
You hear Daniel Torch saying it's his year, trained by Bobby Hart at Pro Wrestling Bushido. This young man has a bright future here at All Pro Wrestling. He's an incredible young talent.
He's one of the smallest guys in the tournament, but he's got a ton of heart. And, heart will get you a long way, especially when you've got a teammate like All Pro Wrestling Bootcamp graduate Mikey J there.
Mikey J returning to All Pro Wrestling.
Representing APW from Redwood City, California, weighing 180 pounds, Mikey J.
Sorry, JJ, you were saying before you were so rudely interrupted by that goofball Donovan Choi.
Mikey J making his return and really trying to make an impact in the Young Lions Cup.
It's gonna be an interesting showing here. Of course, Mikey J and Daniel Torch, they know each other pretty well. They've been around each other quite a bit here at All Pro Wrestling. And the same can be said for Tinchismo and Sledge, however, though. But the two teams going against each other, they've got to be pretty much, mysteries to each other, not as well known to each other.
Absolutely. It's hard to scout out your opponent, your tag partner, who will then become your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to make it twice as difficult because you got to scout out the opposing team and your tag team partner.
And not know who you're going to, if you do end up getting past your partner, then you don't know who you're going to face later on. So that's what makes it so incredible that this tournament was set up the way that it is. 16 men, and in the end, only one can survive.
Big kick to the arm there by Mikey J. Followed it up with a big forearm there. Now he's going to fire Tinchismo off, it looks like.
Another Irish whip, Mikey J. Ooh, shoulder tackle, Tinchismo gets the better of that exchange. Up and over goes Tinchismo.
It's not often you see a luchador that's bigger than the wrestler he's facing, but we're seeing that here today. Tinchismo's got a pretty good piece of size on him there.
Interestingly enough, I was thinking the exact same thing, Shane.
Mikey J with the tag to Torch.
Here comes Daniel Torch. Torch has been wrestling for not that long, but in the time that he's picked up accolades all over Northern California.
Absolutely, just a mainstay at SPW there in Sacramento. Of course, everybody comes out to see him whenever he wrestles in Modesto for Pro Wrestling Bushido. And just just a ton of heart and a ton of passion for professional wrestling, and it really shows through every time he steps in the ring.
A hard forearm smash by Sledge, the most recent addition to the Carnival of Shadows, the big man.
Laying into Daniel Torch there, man. If he does not find a way to get around Big Sledge and use his speed to his advantage, Daniel Torch is in a world of trouble here.
Up and over goes Daniel Torch. This battle between Sledge and Torch as he goes for the cover and hooks the leg. This reminds me of the old Bible story of David and Goliath, a monster of a man.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the parallels, but in this case, it looks like Sledge ate David, and then Daniel Torch was the replacement.
Sunset flip attempt, and Sledge picks him up with a choke. Oh, and slams him through. What a follow through from Sledge. 2. Oh.
Way too cocky of a cover with a guy like Daniel Torch. You really got to do everything you can to hold him down in order to get a pin.
Shane, I've got to be honest, I don't know how he was able to kick out of that. He landed awkwardly on the back of his neck, and I was pretty sure that he was hurt.
I thought so too, but I mean, Daniel Torch is nothing if not a fighter, and today he's really going to have to dig down deep in order to pull out a victory against a guy like Sledge and his tag team partner Tinchismo. And of course, we haven't even talked about the fact that the Carnival of Shadows is out there with him.
And they're always on the peripheries of a wrestling match whenever one of their members are in the ring. That hard chop, you heard that. I hope that you heard that at home, folks, because it was so loud. It almost popped my eardrum.
Of course, Sledge representing Vendetta Pro, whom we share the unified tag team titles with, which, by the way, I don't know if you know this, JJ, but just a few weeks ago, we crowned new unified tag team champions when Dos Perfectos took a loss to Suke, the team of
Tsunami
Sue and Caden Anthony.
And it goes for a cover Sledge. Yes, that was huge news all over the internet recently. You could check out allprowrestling.net for more details about the Unified Tag Team Championship and the recent change.
Sledge looking a little bit frustrated. Of course, you know, the Carnival of Shadows, they just come out here really looking to hurt people. But, you know, you just see how important the Young Lions Cup is to everybody, with Sledge staying on him and just going for the pin at every given opportunity.
Another 2 count. Sledge, after that stalling suplex, he held him up for 15 seconds. And folks, if you've never been held upside down, all the blood rushes to your head. It's hard to think. You become woozy and dizzy. So for Daniel Torch to be able to kick out, it takes a whole lot of heart, folks.
Sledge come in. Oh, big boot by Torch for the reversal. Comes off.
Oh, into a stunner. That was just phenomenal.
Diving stunner. Amazing move by Daniel Torch.
Clothesline from Mikey J to Tinchismo. Follows it up with a back elbow.
And a big drop kick to make it a third time, taking Tinchismo off his feet. And he fires him off. Reversal by Tinchismo.
Duck on a clothesline. And, oh, Mikey J with a forearm smash, jumping off the ropes.
Big flying burrito by Mikey J. And now he's going up top.
This is where Mikey J is most dangerous.
Is he going to hit? Big senton bomb by Mikey J. Goes for the pin.
In the heart. Mikey J and Daniel Torch.
And the winners by pinfall in 4 minutes and 52 seconds, Daniel Torch and Mikey J.
Sledge and Corvus look pissed, JJ.
That has got to be a big upset. You know, I would have put money on the opposing side.
Just with Sledge alone, I would have thought that, you know, if he had kept Daniel Torch in there just a little bit longer, it would have gone the way of Sledge and Tinchismo.
Absolutely. He's a one-man wrecking crew. But we look forward to Daniel Torch.
Oh, wait, what's going on here?
Hey, Corvus getting involved, the puppet master of the Carnival of Shadows.
Here comes that vicious side of the Carnival of Shadows we always talk about. They just love to get in there and hurt people. Tinchismo cost him the match, and now he's going to pay for it.
Corvus wanted nothing more than to his man Sledge to go where he was and become the cup winner. Hey, here comes Daniel Torch and Mikey J.
Coming back in to make the save. Didn't have to do that, but that's just the kind of guys that Mikey J and Daniel Torch are. After picking up the victory, they didn't think it was fair that Sledge and Corvus were beating the crap out of Tinchismo, so came in to give him a hand.
APW faithful, this thing is not over between Tinchismo and Sledge. I'm sure we're going to see lots more between these two young men. They are still young lions here at All Pro Wrestling, but unfortunately, their hopes of winning the cup is out tonight.
That's all right. We now have another match set for round 2, though. Daniel Torch taking on Mikey J in the second round. Should be interesting to see what comes next.
Absolutely. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. We will be right back.
Are you or your son or daughter celebrating a birthday soon? There's no better way to celebrate a birthday than to throw the birthday person a pro wrestling themed birthday party. We have several packages available, including renting our facility with a customized pro wrestling show. Bring your birthday cake and invite your guests to attend a private pro wrestling birthday party. If you are interested in having All Pro Wrestling be a part of your birthday celebration, give us a call at 510-785-8396 or visit the website at www.allprowrestling.com.
tried to bleed me. I see clearly now. You tried to feed on me. I see clearly now. You tried to bleed me. I see clearly now. You tried to feed on me. I see clearly now. You tried to bleed me. I see clearly now. You tried to feed on me. And you're my enemy. All that we had is gone away. And there are times that fade away, but you'll still be my enemy. My enemy. My enemy.
JJ, what's going on?
Double D Dave Dutra is not scheduled to be out here, Shane.
No, he's not. I mean, this is odd. I guess Dave Dutra he's not part of the Young Lions Cup. I'm not quite sure what's going on here.
Easy to say this young man is probably the most cocky star on the All Pro Wrestling roster.
Thank you for adding the Y.
All right, I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to get my point across as fast as I can. You see, for the past 4.5 years, I've been in this so-called APW family. And it all started with my boot camp orientation, where I remember a specific phrase that man right there, Roland Alexander, said. And that's simply put that the more you put into wrestling, the more you put into APW, the more that you'll get back. I always kept that thought in the back of my mind, and I did it all. You see all these students out here, I was a security guard, I was a light guy, I was a photographer, a videographer. Hell, most of the video packages you see on that screen for the last 4 years, I produced. But it didn't end there, because even after I became a wrestler, they came back to me because, hey, Dave, we understand how talented you are. You graduated the boot camp faster than virtually anyone in our history. We want to make you a trainer too. And that was all volunteer work. It's not like I got paid for it. I did it because I love wrestling, and I did it because I had that thought in the back of my mind. The more I give back to APW, the more they'll give to me. Which brings me to the point I'm making right now. Why, in the 4.5 years I've been with APW, have I never, ever been given a shot at the Universal Heavyweight Championship? That's what I want to know. I'll tell you why I haven't. It's because wrestling's a political game. And when you're not liked, you're not going to be given what you want, no matter how much you give in. You see, I'm not liked by that guy, John LaRocca. I'm not liked by many of my peers in the back, I know that, and I'm certainly not liked by most of you, and I'm okay with that. I understand that. I don't know if I'm even liked so much by Roland anymore either. I'm certainly not his favorite wrestler, but you know who is Roland's favorite wrestler is a man, Timothy Thatcher. He goes on and brags about Tim all the time. Tim's so technically sound. Tim is the greatest guy to ever step foot. And guess what? Tim Thatcher's not even a boot camp student, but you know what? That's fine. These guys aren't going to give me the match that I want, obviously. And all of you know that whether I win or lose, you know too that whether I win or lose, Roland, I put out one of the best matches every single time I step foot in this APW ring. So whether you two like it or not, or anyone else does, I'm going over the administrative level, and I'm going straight to the source, straight to the champion. And that's exactly why I did what I did after Tim's match. It's exactly why I slammed his face into that pole. It's exactly why I put out that statement. Because Tim Thatcher is a fighting champion. Tim Thatcher is a wrestler's wrestler, and I can appreciate that. And I know that if I stand in front of Tim and tell him that I want a match, if I attack Tim, if I stay in his face and don't get out of the way, then Tim Thatcher is going to accept my challenge, and that's exactly what he did do. So I'm here to tell each and every one of you that next time you see Double D Dave Dutra in this ring. The contract has just been signed. I finally get what's rightfully come to me. A shot at the grand prize of them all. A shot at the Universal Heavyweight Championship. Yeah. I say that I'm NorCal's hottest commodity and the star of the show. And I say it because I mean it and you all know it. And after next month in this ring, I know I'm the underdog and you don't believe it, but that's why I come to shock the world when I win the Universal Heavyweight Championship. Something, there's a second word that goes there, isn't there, JJ?
Absolutely. You know what? This young man, it has to be said, Shane Stoli, one of the most talented stars on our roster. But he's got the biggest chip on his shoulder. He has got the biggest chip on his shoulder.
He's got enough attitude for 4 people.
5, 4.
If you would like to get involved behind the scenes with pro wrestling, we are looking for you. All Pro Wrestling is always on the lookout for talented interns in the areas of television production, including commentators, graphic design, and website design. We also have highly paid commission sales and marketing openings. For more information, email your qualifications and resume and tell us which area behind the scenes you'd love to be involved in. For your free brochure, call us at 510-785-8396 or visit us at www.allprowrestling.net.
We're back for another opening match here in the APW 2012 Young Lions Cup.
Yeah, the opening round has been fantastic thus far, and the Russian Superman, Sasha Derevko, is set to make his way to the ring right now.
Making his way to the ring first, representing Battleground Pro Wrestling from Moscow, Russia, weighing in 215 pounds. He is the Siberian Superman, Sasha Derevko.
Sasha cut from the same cloth as his older brother Alexis Derevko.
Vicious men, both of them. And Sasha Derevko, not very well received here by the fans here in the War Zone at Gym Wars.
And has he ever been? I mean, the man who has ice running through his blood. The Russian Superman.
Nice little tribute to the Ultimate Warrior there with the fringe on his knees.
And he's got a very interesting partnership, teaming up with Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb.
And his tag team partner, representing Action Zone Wrestling from Honolulu, Hawaii, weighing at 225 pounds. He is Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb.
And Sasha Derevko and Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb. We saw him at the Pacific Challenge when Action Zone Wrestling stars came here to APW.
Was a fantastic showing. Of course, Jeff Cobb came a little bit short up there. Of course, going up against a veteran like Tim Thatcher, it's no surprise.
And Ray Rosas, representing BPW Battleground Pro Wrestling.
And their opponents making his way to the ring first, representing Battleground Pro Wrestling from Margaritaville, weighing in at 165 pounds. He is the romantic Ray Rosa.
The leader of the Fanny Pack Nation hits the ring and gets set to team up with his partner in this first round of All Pro Wrestling Young Lions Cup action. This is definitely shaping up to be one of the more interesting matches in the tournament so far.
Ray Rose's tag team partner for this is none other than Chris Cali.
And his tag team partner, representing Devil Mountain Wrestling from Vallejo, California, weighing at 165 pounds, Chris Kelly.
Fans, you'll have to forgive us. At the top of the hour, we announced a different tag team partner for Ray Rosas, but some last-minute changes to the card forced us to make this switch, and so now it's Ray Rosas and Chris Cali versus Jeff Cobb and Sasha Derevko.
The Russian Superman teaming up with Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb against Ray Rosas and Chris Cali. This has been an amazing first round in the Young Lions Cup 2012.
It's definitely been interesting, and I can't wait to see the second round matchup. So far, we've got some great matches. Mikey J and Daniel Torch taking each other on in the second round. And then, of course, from the first match, we had Darren Dean and Kay Jutler advance, so they'll be facing each other as well.
As it stands right now, there is still a lot of great talent involved in the tournament. Anybody can walk away the 2012 Young Lions Cup champion.
You know, what I'm really interested in seeing is Matt Thiel's reaction when he comes out with Damian Grundy, because now he's got to be in desperation mode because half of his chances are gone.
His percentage has gone down by 50%. And there you go, Ray Rosas, the romantic Ray Rosas. He makes me want to kind of have a fanny pack.
That's just wrong.
Do they come in large?
You don't want a fanny pack. You just don't.
Well, he pulls it off for some reason.
Well, you know, but it takes a special kind of guy to pull off something like a fanny pack, much like it takes a special kind of lady to pull off the mullet.
Absolutely. Snapmare takeover, and here comes Rosas with a Hurricane Rana out of nowhere on the Russian Superman, Sasha Derevko. He catches a boot, flips him over, arm drag, nicely done by
Nice
Sasha.
arm drag.
Leg takedown, and Sasha Derevko staying right on top of him. Oh, head scissors, and over goes Sasha.
Ray Rosas really dominating the opening moments of this bout here. Sasha Derevko just doesn't know where he's coming from.
Ray Rosas has been a phenomenal young talent on the southern part of California, and now making his debut here at All Pro Wrestling tonight. All Pro Wrestling has really pulled out all the stops in bringing some of the very best stars in all of California.
Oh, some surprising double team moves here from Chris Cali and Ray Rosas.
Inverted atomic drop and then a drop kick from Chris Cali.
I really wasn't expecting a lot of double team moves here in this tournament, as most of these guys I don't think have really teamed together much, but there you go.
Obviously, Cali and Rosas worked together before the hand. They have a little bit of a presence in the ring. Goes for a cover, Sasha. Just gets a 2 count, Shane.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Alexis Derevko out here to support Sasha today, but you know, I mean, maybe he's lurking around somewhere waiting to swoop in when the time is right.
Absolutely, it could happen at any time. You never know with these guys. And
now Jeff Cobb in.
Double suplex. A little cohesiveness from Sasha Derevko and Mr. Athletic.
I'm really surprised at the double team maneuvers coming out of this. So of course, you saw a little bit of misdirection on the part of Jeff Cobb. Wasn't sure where to go for that suplex, but that just comes from not having teamed with the person before. Am I right?
Absolutely. And Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb, of course, a former Action Zone Wrestling heavyweight champion. You'll remember from the Pacific Challenge this year, a phenomenal match with British Messiah Timothy Thatcher, our champion here at APW.
Jeff Cobb misses with the forearm. Chris Cali just a little bit too quick there and hits a nice drop kick, taking Jeff Cobb off his
goes
feet.
Right for the cover, and Sasha makes the save.
Chris Cali now taking Jeff Cobb back to his feet, fires in with the forearm. Going toe-to-toe with a guy as big as Jeff Cobb looks like a bad idea for this young kid, but...
And here he goes for a monkey flip, and up and over goes Jeff Cobb.
Oh, man, that's got to be hard on the tailbone.
And again, Sasha just staying right on top of it, trying to make sure that his team wins. That's what he's got to do in order to advance in the tournament.
The guy like Sasha Derevko, after he broke up that pin, I'm surprised he didn't get a shot in on Jeff Cobb, too.
You remember, your tag team partner becomes your opponent if you advance.
What a mess! Whoa!
What a nice suplex from Jeff Cobb.
Chris Cali with a big miss there, and Jeff Cobb definitely took advantage. Tag by Jeff Cobb, bringing in the big Russian.
You've got to like the tag teaming, or the teaming of Sasha Derevko and Jeff Cobb so far. They've worked very well together.
Jeff Cobb is such an impressive athlete that he actually makes me like Sasha Derevko, JJ.
I can't believe you just said that out loud.
Well, you know.
Oh, a drop kick, and 2 worlds collide.
Oh, Ray Rosas coming back in.
Here comes Ray Rosas. Duck under clothesline.
Quick. Oh!
He catches a high cross body onto Sasha Derevko. Derevko back up.
Not solid contact there. Sasha Derevko able to get up quickly, but that suplex definitely connected.
A release German suplex, and now Rosas holding the ropes down. Cobb to the outside.
Jeff Cobb showing his inexperience in professional wrestling. Ray Rosas about to head outside. Oh!
Oh, and Sasha gets himself caught up in the ropes. A tag to Cali.
Oh, both of them firing in with the shoulder blocks while Sasha Derevko is just laid waste, and he is tied up tight.
Oh! And a toupee through the ropes from Roses to Cobb on the outside.
Impressive move by Ray Roses, while Chris Kelly hit a second big shoulder block on Sasha Derevko. Now firing in with those big forearms. This is a mistake for this kid. He's got nowhere near the size of a Sasha Derevko. Sasha Derevko is going to turn it around on him quick.
Oh, reversal. And he catches his sternum right on the back. Oh, and a forearm right across the back.
Nasty shot to the back of the head. 1, 2, 3.
And there you go, Sasha Derevko and Cobb advance.
And there's my pinfall in 4 minutes and 53 seconds. The team of Sasha Derevko and Jeff Cobb.
We've got another exciting second round match, and now Mr. Cobb, Mr. Athletic Jeff Cobb and Sasha Derevko will go one-on-one a little bit later on.
Things are going to get physical here. Oh, maybe not. I was expecting a little bit of violence between these two, but Sasha Derevko and Jeff Cobb advance to the next round of the Young Lions Cup, and they're going to face each other coming up next week.
We'll be right back, fans.
Do you have what it takes to become a pro wrestler? The APW Bootcamp Training School is accepting applicants for pro wrestlers, managers, valets, and referees. All Pro Wrestling home APW Bootcamp is where future legends are born. For the last 19 years, APW has been the leader in talent development. Top graduates include The Great Khali, Crash Holly, Spike Dudley. For your free brochure, call us at 510-785-8396.
APW faithful, we're back with our final first round match in the All Pro Wrestling Young Lions Cup 2012.
Here we're hearing the opening strains and the entrance music of Brian Tannen as he's getting set to make his entry into the Young Lions Cup tournament.
Taking his way to the ring first, representing SPW from Hill Valley, California, weighing in 250 pounds. He is the big man on campus, Brian Tannen.
This kid is a beast, JJ.
Brian Tannen, of course, related to his father, Biff.
Don't talk about that, butthead.
Just make like a tree and get out of here.
And here comes his tag team partner, Joe DeSole. Have you seen this kid before?
It's my first opportunity to see him, but I heard he's a dancing fool.
Oh, get ready to be entertained, sir.
And his tag team partner, representing SPW from Nabisco, weighing in 195 pounds, the Boogeyman, Joe DeSole.
Joe DeSole, definitely an interesting character, and both of these guys from SPW, this is going to be a one. I mean, they know each other, so they've trained together, so there's got to be a little bit of cohesiveness there.
Also, they've competed against each other, Shane, so there might be a little bit of tension as well. And if they win, they competed against each other here at the All Pro Wrestling Young Lions Cup.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, what do you think when you got Damian Grundy heading to the ring? What are the chances of Brian Tannen and Joe DeSole?
And there's Liz making his way to the ring first with his manager, the self-professed greatest mind in professional wrestling, Matthew Deal, representing APW and the All-Stars from Oakland, California. Weighing in 280 pounds, Dean Grundy.
I was going to say, he almost said 180 pounds, didn't he?
It sure sounded like it. Donovan Troy got a little nervous with Damian Grundy in the ring. Grundy, the odds-on favorite to win the whole thing. He's got the odds in Vegas on becoming the Young Lions Cup winner.
Oh, without a doubt in my mind, you know, Damian Grundy is one of the best big men in Northern California professional wrestling today.
And they call him the Destroyer of Man. And his tag team partner we saw recently in his debut, the incredible J.R. Kratos. Just look at him as he gets really ready in this ritual before he gets in the ring and gets ready to hurt people.
Representing SCW from Sacramento, California, weighing in 265 pounds, J.R. Kratos.
Kratos recently made his impressive debut here at APW. The man is filled with so much rage. He defeated, of course, Matthew Thiel's other charge in Levi Shapiro.
You know, with a team like this, I know we're supposed to be impartial, but I got to say, I think Brian Tannen and Joe DeSole have pretty slim chances in advancing to the next round of the Young Lions Cup.
Well, you look on the other side of the ring, and there is a whole lot of beef in Matthew Thiel's. Of course, I'm adding Matthew Thiel to that beef.
Just an unstoppable ball about to slam into Brian Tannen and Joe DeSole here. Of course, Brian Tannen, not a small guy, but the destroyer of man absolutely makes him look tiny.
He does. He dwarfs him. And right now, DeSole looked very nervous before the bell rang.
This is the key for DeSole here. Speed is the key. Not dancing, Joe. Speed.
That forearm smash having no effect on Damian Grundy.
That's just going to piss him off.
Absolutely. That's something you don't want to do.
See, there we go now. Speed, Joe, speed. Very good. Stop the dancing.
Duck under a clothesline. There you go. That agility and speed up and over. Nobody home.
Don't tell him what you're going to do, Joe.
In a bad position. Power slam from Damian Grundy. That's why they call him the destroyer of man. He just destroyed that man.
On the list of things that are a good idea to do, telling Damian Grundy what you're going to attempt is got to not be in the top, I'd say, at least 352.
A knee lift from Grundy and then literally hurled him across the ring.
He threw him like a $2 steak. I don't know what that means, but I hear people say it.
It's tough. That's very tough. I think that's what the reference is.
Damian Grundy's got him up.
Grundy with a fall-away slam, and literally, again, just throwing him. DeSole is not a small man. You look at the size difference, and he does look small, but he stands 6 foot tall, and he's just under 200 pounds. So let's give some perspective to that, because Grundy is so enormous. Oh, goes for a leg drop, and nobody home.
Damian Grundy pulling out all the stops here today. Coming off the second rope here, just an unexpected move, just trying to get any advantage he can so his team can move on to the next round of the Young Lions Cup here today.
Tag and Tannen with forearm smashes to JR Kratos. Standing dropkick to the breadbasket.
Interesting decision there to go for the midsection. I would have gone for the jaw, but big shoulder block there by Brian Tannen.
That flying shoulder tackle takes down JR Kratos, that monster. And Tannen staying right on top of him. He's using a good maneuvers right now to stay on top of Kratos.
Taking way too much time there, though.
Oh! He got speared!
Vicious spear by
out
Kratos.
of nowhere!
2, 3.
That's it! I can't believe it. They've already picked up the victory. Kratos and Grundy advance.
And winners by pinfall in 2 minutes and 24 seconds, the team of Damian Grundy and JR Kratos.
Just like that, the final two for the second round have been chosen. Well, I guess they weren't chosen. They definitely made an impact and took themselves to the second round. Damian Grundy and JR Kratos.
Matthew Thiel looks elated as Grundy and Kratos having words.
They're going to go. They're going to go.
Shoulder attack. Oh, and it's the immovable force meets the immovable object as both men collided in center ring and neither budged.
Here goes Grundy off the ropes. Oh, big clothesline. Doesn't even phase Kratos.
This match does not count. This is not part of the tournament, fans.
Kratos now firing off on his own.
And then a clothesline by Kratos.
Doesn't even phase Grundy. Matt Thiel trying to break him apart, telling him to save it, save it, save it. No, Matt, let him go. Let these two big bulls beat the hell out of each other.
And that is exactly what they are, is bulls. I look forward to seeing that when we see the second round next week.
That's going to be fantastic. A Battle of the Bulls is coming up next week, JJ. That's one match I am definitely looking forward to. JR Kratos and Damian Grundy squaring off in the second round of the Young Lions Cup.
Make sure to tune in. Fans, make sure to tell your friends. Tune into APW's second round of the Young Lions Cup. Thank you, and so long.